Hey, we had a little bit of action this episode. They had to hear from La Familia and friends. Why Kyle's people come for Destiny like that? I understand Destiny a little bit spicy, got a little bit of attitude on her, but they have to come for her like that? And the nerve of Grandpa Bergie, the nerve to feel away about Taylor and Bergie's connection. After Taylor done been patient with your grandson, giving him all the sauce he got, giving him all the drip, teaching him game, hey, doing everything for that little boy. And you have the audacity to feel away about that connection. I had a feeling it might go down this way. Let's talk about it, cause I ain't having it.
This year is my year. I may shed some tears cause I'm not supposed to be here. Bad bitch that showed me she cared, so why would I care?
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. This is rudeboitv. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm rudeboisos, Sosa baby, whichever one y'all want to call me. But let's get up into this recap and review. Love Island USA Season 5, Episode 34. So, it kicks off with the aftermath of Imani and Zay getting sent home. Hannah and Marco feeling away about it because it looked like Hannah was all buddy-buddy with Imani. Zay was, I guess, buddy-buddy with Marco, but they felt the way that they got sent home, trying to figure out why people voted for them. And on the other hand, Destiny and Kyle felt the way that Hannah and Marco voted for them. And it's like, but they kind of understood that, hey, it's a hard position, and they kind of buddy with them, so they probably didn't want them to go home, and that's why they voted for us, Destiny and Kyle speaking. Bergie and Taylor have voted for Johnny and Scott, and Johnny and Scott felt the way about that too. They didn't understand why that vote happened, so they kind of came to them later in the episode and was like, Scott wanted a reasoning of why it happened. Taylor kind of gave a reasoning with the girls why she did the vote. And it was really because it was a new relationship. Y'all hadn't really shown enough for them to believe that y'all were the real deal. And they were like, Johnny had ample opportunity to get to know people, and she kept everything open until the decision where she had to kind of choose. And it's probably waiting for Cassie to choose her, but Cassie ain't choose her, so she chose somebody else. So they're looking at all that. So that's why they explained. Scott came up to them later and asked why. They kind of explained the same thing. But Scott was basically Scott and Johnny was like, it didn't make sense. But who else felt the way? I think that was pretty much it. But the sauce of this episode, they get a text later on eventually saying that they gonna hear from friends and family today. Kind of like a little movie night. They ain't really do it like this, but it's a movie night. But instead of, I guess, meeting the parents and the family and friends live on Zoom or something like that, they just had a little message from them. So you got Carmen and Kenzo. They hearing from each other's car. I don't remember what Carmen's people said, but I think they like Kenzo. And then Kenzo's people, they like Carmen. They speaking that Spanish. Kenzo's mom speaking that Spanish or whatever. And Kenzo's brothers we're happy for you. We can't wait to meet Carmen when y'all come back. They keep it sweet and short with that conversation. I don't remember what too much was said with their interaction, but basically they liked each other. Carmen's family liked Kenzo. Kenzo's family liked Carmen. Cool. Who else had good vibes? Hannah and Marco. Hannah's family, they enjoyed Marco. Marco's family enjoyed Hannah. Trying to see what was the specifics of that situation. Marco's dad means a lot to Marco, so Marco's dad was basically saying we're glad we got that you found somebody that can help you open up, and Hannah was like that meant a lot to her. And then Hannah's family was like they like Marco, they enjoy Marco, they can't wait to meet him and see him. Who else has some good vibes? Johnny's mom, she was cool people saying that she vibes with Scott, that she hopes everything works out, basically saying that she didn't really like seeing her daughter get hurt, but she liked seeing that she didn't like seeing her daughter get hurt or whatever, and wish she could be there to protect her and hold her and things like that. And it's her seeing her hurts them, and that's what kind of made Johnny emotional. But Scott's people know that he hadn't been there long. but they're saying hopefully it's better off this time around with Johnny. Hope it goes well, this and that. But what, I knocked off with like 3 couples, so we got like what, 3 or 4 more to go. But let me get into the spice. So let's start off with let's start off with let's start off with Bergie and Taylor. So up until then, everything sounded good. Bergie and Taylor were the first ones where it kind of, people was keeping it a little too real. So Bergie and Taylor, who started off first? I think it was Taylor's parents started off. Taylor's mom. Taylor's mom was cool with Bergie, saying she liked that he was a good, polite gentleman. Said that she liked the hideaway for them. It was interesting, but she enjoyed it. That he was a gentleman, he was polite and everything in that. And she said that, hey, I knew coming into the house that Taylor would pick Bergie because I know my daughter and I know what her type is. So I was like, when she said that, I was like, okay, so maybe this is the real deal. Maybe this is the type of people Taylor do go for. I don't know, but all good vibes, accepting of Bergie and everything. Then Bergie peoples come on, and it starts off with Bergie's dad. Bergie's dad he's cool about it. He's saying that he likes Taylor for Bergie, that that she's patient with him, teaching him a lot of stuff, and hope that she can teach him many more things about how to get a connection, how to grow with a woman, or how to grow with a woman basically, and that the hideaway was awkward for him, cringy to watch and all that. But he doesn't want to see no more hideaway stuff or whatever. But other than that, he was good with it. Then next thing you know, they didn't even have to bring on Grandpa Bergie and Grandma Bergie. They could have just left them off. But Love Island wanted to be messy, add them to the mix, and get it cracking. So they kind of say they've seen things about their grandson they ain't seen before, like foul language, being in the hideaway, all that stuff. But where it really got real was when the grandma was cool about it. She was nice. She was like, she likes, I guess she was the one that kind of said, I hope you can continue to like grow with Taylor, and she can teach you more about how to grow with a woman or whatever. And then Grandpa Bergie was like, I love Taylor, or I like Taylor for you. I like Taylor, but it doesn't seem like spontaneous chemistry, whatever that means. It don't seem like spontaneous chemistry, and it seems forced. I was like, Bert, who you? You just come on the show and you trying to talk down on Taylor? Like, why are you feeling this way? Explain. What's not like? Right now, chemistry looks like it's been better, so I'm trying to see where the chemistry... In the beginning, I can understand you feeling that way. We're all unsure about the situation. We don't know. Like, if Taylor's just with him just to be in the house or trying to win the money, I was trying to still figure it out. But I feel like it's genuine now. I'm trying to feel that way, but it's like... Grandpa Bergie just said spontaneous. Didn't explain why he felt that way. He just said it seems forced. And I'm like, hey, people have their opinions, and it's like Taylor was hurt by that. Taylor was like, how do you feel in the moment? Looked over to Bergie like, how do you feel? Bergie was just embarrassed that Bergie was happy that Taylor's mom was accepting of him, and was like, okay, I can't wait to meet her. I want to meet her already. And it's like, I'm sure he was embarrassed that dang, it wasn't reciprocated. Like my grandpa came and ruined the vibes and was like, nah, it seems forced. There's no chemistry. So when Taylor asked, how do you feel about it? He laughed and said, I feel great. I said, Bergie, you're not supposed to say that. Taylor been teaching you what to say and what not to say. And it's like, I think he was just like, I feel great. Like, but inside, like I think it was a sarcastic, I feel like crap. Like, but it is what it is or whatever. So that happened, and to express on that more is like everybody has their opinions about why they're not accepting of people and this and that. Who knows what it could be? It could be personality. It could be race. It could be anything. I don't know what it is, but I felt like in that relationship, like she said, they're two different people. When they're talking before, she was like, they're two different people, and it's like, even though we're two different people, like I'm still excited to see your parents. The only thing that's the only thing that worries me, that we're two different people. And I'm looking at it like more of like, okay, different races, and it's like the biracial stuff, you got to deal, like when you're dating another race, you got to deal with these type of uncomfortability, this type of energy. And it's like, I don't want to say it's a race thing, I don't know, but like I'm trying to see what could like why you hate like Taylor's been patient and been it might seem forced to Grandpa Bergie because that's not our people. This ain't look at your grandma, look at me. That's not what y'all look like. Like that's why it seems forced. It needs to seem more natural. You need to be with your own kind. That's how it came off to me. Even though not a lot was said, but that's how I took it. But it's like it may not be that way. It may be it seems forced sexual chemistry wise, and Taylor trying to teach Bergie some things in the bedroom, and it's awkward, but Taylor's being patient and trying to practice with it. Anything that seems forced because Bergie don't got game. Bergie is not he don't know how to vibe right. So it's like you got to teach him all these things, which makes things look forced, but somebody has to teach him eventually. So until somebody teaches him, everything with Bergie is going to be awkward and forced. So it's not the relationship is forced because your grandson ain't got game. Your grandson ain't got vibes. Your grandson is trying to learn everything, and you got somebody teaching them and being patient with them and being kind with them. A lot at Bergie's age, not a lot of people are going to do that. So for the fact that he's calling it forced, is like, dang, you taking Taylor for granted, and it's like Bergie's my number one on the show. No knock on Bergie, but it's like Bergie's only my number one because of his experience. Like other girls that Bergie was interacting with through this process is what helped Bergie become number one. Bergie's not number one just because he's Bergie. Bergie's number one because, yes, because he's Bergie, because he's awkward and weird, but girls help Bergie become number one in my eyes on the impact in this show and carrying the show and just trying to get through the process, struggling but seeing it through and being sent home, coming back like that. Girls helped Bergie become who he is, and Taylor the most has helped Bergie become who he is. But I found that interesting. I wasn't here for it. Like, hey, respect Taylor. Like Taylor, there's no pressure on Taylor, but Taylor, like, she took on that assignment, took on that role, and is like, I hope it's not for the money. I hope it's not just to like, I hope she's not just gonna be like, I'm done with it after. But Taylor was her afterwards, and she just wants to be accepted. She teared up a little, and she was like, she's like, even though we're total opposites, he has been my number one since day one. So, and Bergie's response to that was just like, yeah, I feel bad that like he feels like it's forced, and it's like they have a wall up. They've seen me get hurt so much, so that's why they're kind of saying those things. They probably feel like you would hurt me, or they just don't want to see me get hurt. And it's like, hey, you got to go through getting hurt to get game. Like, you got to go through the process. You got to learn these things just to you have to go through some hurt to get to the masterpiece, to get to the final and finished product. But that was that. Then you had Cassie and Leo, and Cassie's mom. They was cool. Sisters was cool. Friend was cool. They were just like, they miss Cassie. They can't stand no more of her not being here. Cassie's mom was like, she loves seeing Cassie basically be true to herself, open up, see that she likes girls. That was different for the mom. Seeing that she likes girls, she was like, dang, she's really like figuring out who she is and what she likes and being true to herself. So it was good to see her parents have that full support of that, which a lot of parents may not be open or accepting to it, but they were cool. About Leo, they were even accepting, or they're like it hurts to see you get hurt by Leo and the whole situation with Johnny. It hurts to see all that, but it's good to see you guys are working on yourselves. You guys are growing. You guys are being better. And it's like the sister was like, I support you and Leo. I support your relationship. You guys have both grown, and if you guys don't work, I want you guys to work out. But if you guys don't work out, I'm gonna have a talk with them or whatever. So that was that. And But Leo's parent, Leo had a sister, his twin sister in the video. Leo had his mom, and I don't know who else Leo had, but and Leo had his dad or whatever, and they was all vibing. The mom was saying it hurts seeing her son like make mistakes, or the sister, she had another sister on, and the sister was like, it hurts seeing my son. It hurts seeing my brother make mistakes, but learn from them. And she was full supportive of him and Cassie, and seeing them grow together and like that. I I don't know what too much of the. Oh yeah, the father was like, we need because they're Dominican. We need to teach some Cassie some Spanish because it's a shame she don't know Spanish. But he was just like, we need to teach her some Spanish, let her know some bachata and all that. But it was all good vibes. They were supportive of Cassie. They were all. But the mom did say she didn't like how movie night was portrayed. She was like, yes. You did your dirt and you were exploring, but Cassie was also inside the house and Casa Amor doing her thing, and it was like they didn't really show that. So even though she was free to explore, but she was like it made it just like how I felt. I said a couple episodes in one of the reviews that like why they just make it one sided. They only showed what Leo was doing and not what Cassie. When Cassie was doing her thing and exploring, and it was like that needed to be shown too and needed to be seen. Just so like it made it look like Cassie wasn't doing anything, and that was that. But that was another one, and then you had like Kyle and Destiny. And Destiny's parents were supportive of Destiny, like seeing how she's been growing and true to herself. And her dad was like, you made me proud when you went into the hideaway and you did nothing. Like that was a proud moment. Like I was like, yeah, I guess coming from a dad's perspective, that's how I'm gonna want my daughter to be. But being from a viewer perspective, you dry, Destiny. You dry as hell. Maybe it's because you don't want that to be on TV. Cool, understandable. But they were proud of her and seeing her grow through this experience and her journey. And then you got to Kyle's people. And Kyle's god sister they were on that energy. They were like they're proud of Kyle and for this journey and what he's doing and enjoying himself, and they miss him and all that. But then they were like, but Destiny, we don't like Destiny for you. She was like, I used to like Destiny in the beginning, but not anymore. She's too whether she said she's too messy, she's too drama. But the mom co-signed it. The mom was like, yeah, she's too much drama. I don't want that for you. Not my Kyle. That's what she said. And it's like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kyle's Nigerian, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I can relate in that sense. Because I'm Nigerian, I have Nigerian parents, and Nigerian parents come off as aggressive. Like, they don't mean to be. They're unaware that they're doing it. But when they speak to you, they're just straightforward and truthful. And it's like they don't beat around the bush. And to some people, straightforward and truthful could come off as hurtful and like aggressive. And it's like, it didn't need to be all that. It could have been nice. And it's like, but that's not how like African or Nigerian parents are. Like, most of them aren't like that. Like, they're straightforward and aggressive, and they'll say what they think. They'll tell you, and basically she'll just like, not my Kyle. Like, he don't do the messy, he don't do the drama. You're messy and drama. And it's like, I never looked at Destiny as messy or drama. It was just more of like how Kyle said. Kyle's like spicy and like spicy and just a little bit, just a little hot, just a little. It could be not a lot to control, but like just. She can be, it takes the right person to control her. And it looks like Kyle's up for the challenge. But Kyle defended, saying like, yeah, it sucks hearing them say that, but they don't know you. They don't know what it is to be in this house. They don't know our journey. So he backed her up, and I think that Destiny kind of liked that. They talked about it afterwards and was just like, okay, like it hurt me that they said those. It didn't hurt me. Destiny's like, I know who I am. They're being protective of you, and they have the right to be protective of you. That you're their son, and they're just caring for you and being protective for you. And they don't know me, and I know who I am. And it's like my parents would never tell me I'm that way. Other people's parents would never tell me that I'm that way or whatever. But Destiny was just like, I know it will be different when I meet them. So it's all good. I'm not tripping. I'm not hurt. I'm more hurt that you feel hurt about it because of what they said. And they were good. They hugged it out. Afterwards, they were good. And hey, Kyle went in and grabbed her for a little kiss. I was like, okay, you mean business. You mean business trying to get a little kiss after that. They talked about it. Destiny said, I feel like this made me closer. She was getting ready to get her. That boy Kyle said, let me get them lips. Get a little bit of kissing in. Destiny was doing that shy behavior that she was doing with Mike a little bit, giving that same energy to Kyle. And just basically saying, now it's weird that because my parents are watching and all of that. But that was how that little text of friends and family messages went. It was kind of like a movie night, but they all sat together and they all watched each other's families. And that was cool. But I think I covered everybody. But this was a good episode. It was a cool vibe. It's like I said, it's coming down. There was a little bit of action just to see what everybody's families and how people think. But interesting take. But that's all for this episode. Y'all go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Leave y'all comments down. Let me know who's y'all 1 and 2. I'll holla at y'all later. I'm out. You dig? Ugh.
I may shed some tears cause I'm not supposed to be here. Bad bitch that showed me she cared, so why would I care? This is my year.